man. Now, here's what y'all gotta understand, man. This man was at a woman crib who obviously had something that wasn't resolved with another man. That's why I tell you, man, you do need to know what a woman's past is. I'm not saying everybody she's ever been with, but you need to know how recent her most recent relationship was. You need to know how long that relationship was, and and if she having any issues with that man. Because this was a situation that he probably wouldn't have put himself in. You know what I'm saying? You laid up in a woman crib, laid up, man, knocked out, 3 o'clock in the morning. Some cat just roll up. I ain't finna get in the middle of nobody foolishness, man. If a woman got a problem with a man, I'm not finna get in the middle of that. It ain't my job to defend her against the man that she was in a relationship with. Cause for one thing, I don't know what took place in the relationship. She could be the one in the wrong. I don't know. But at a certain point, as a man, when you get to a certain level of success in life, man, and not just financial success, but success as far as your spiritual man, your physical man, your emotional man, your mental man. As far as all of these things, man, you have to elevate yourself to a new level of woman, man. See, here what y'all gotta understand. Simp saviors are the grim reapers of thought culture. Whenever there's a situation that takes place in thought culture, and I say thought culture when there's a woman who's dealing with more than one man without being absolutely open and honest about it, that's my definition of thought culture. That's the foundation of thought culture. So when a woman is in a situation like that, man, the simp savior is the grim reaper of that culture. Nobody gets taken out in that culture except by the simp savior. The simp savior has a mindset: if I can't have you, no one can. The simp savior is the one who will come in the woman's house and she's trying to leave with her friend. I'm talking about her girlfriend, her cousin, her sister. And he'll come in there, man, and he'll end both of them and then end himself. That's the simp savior. And many times we know how emotionally distraught men get over these women, man, and how emotionally attached they get. The worst thing that can happen is for you to be with a woman who another man is still emotionally attached to, and she's trying to get rid of. The hardest thing for a woman to do is get rid of a man who's emotionally attached to her. That's the hardest thing. Unless he's in a position where he's so emotionally attached that he don't even have the strength to try to hold on anymore. But see, you ain't got no being laid up in a woman crib, man. Let me tell you something, bro. At a certain point, man, you ain't got no being laid up in a woman crib. You don't even know what her situation is. I don't go to women crib, man. You know what I'm saying? When I was really moving around like that, man, I don't move around like that no more, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just elevated above that. I'm too grown for that. But when I was moving around like that, man, I go into a city, man, come in there, man, bro, I don't even know I'm there, man. And this is like in the beginning, man. Like, by this, I say this is in the beginning because it's got to be. There's no way you should get, set up like this, man, in a situation where you don't even know what's going on, man, if you've been with a woman for an extended period of time. That's why I tell you men about action. You make a woman prove how into you she is with her action. You make her anything she says. If she says, I'm single, make her prove with her action. Make her prove with her action. That's all you got to do. That's why I require a woman to have a 1 year break between her last relationship and having anything with me. I'm not even gonna cut her. There needs to be a 1 year break between her last relationship. That's why I ain't in no rush to just rush in and jump in the sack with a woman. I leave her hot and bothered before I just rush in and jump in the sack with her. I need to know what her history is. Now I'm not saying 100% of the time I can avoid jumping in the sack with her. I'm not saying that, but that's my goal. But as far as like getting into any type of relationship with her, no, any type of thing that might be even considered serious. No, man. There has to be a year break between her last relationship, and I'm not talking about a year break between the time that two people got on the outs. I'm talking about a year break since last time that whoever you were with that y'all were into. It got to be a year gone. And here's the thing I tell you young guys, man, who getting money. If you getting money, you ain't got no business dealing with a scallywag. What you got to understand is when you get money, you have to wrap your mind around the concept. Okay, I may not have been able to get no women before I got this money, but now I have to just skip a certain levels of women and elevate to a higher level. See what I'm saying? You got to elevate to a higher level of woman because there's women on a certain level that'll get what you just call you a rapper. just because you got some money, just because your family got money, just because you're an athlete, just because you just graduated from med school, you got your first gig at the at the local hospital or wherever you are. You just open your detail shop, you open your body shop, you open your barber shop. When a woman see you as money, then you got to understand that there's no need for you to be with a woman, man, who just want to be with you because of who you are. The problem is we seem to not be able to resist our own urges to just get with any woman who want to get with us. At some point as a man, you have to be like, okay, this woman want to get with me. I'm not going to get with every woman that want to get with me. You know what I'm saying? Every woman that come along and say, ooh, I like you. You can't get with every woman that like you. You got to care more about yourself. You got to care more about your present. You got to care more about your future than that, man. And another thing, sometimes y'all go out there and be cutting women. Y'all know be with other men. You meet a woman, man, she tell my man, I had a woman tell me that, man. A woman tell me, man, that I met a man, she told me she just broke up with her boyfriend 2 days ago. I'm like, y'all ain't broke up. I'm not finna mess with a woman who just broke up with her boyfriend. I'm not finna mess with a woman who fresh out of divorce. Divorce ain't even final yet. You know what I'm saying? Guys be calling me all the time, man, they dealing with women who ain't even out of the divorce yet. Come on, man. The woman's still married. It's kind of like what Pete Davidson doing. That's why the Jezebel spirit of the Kardashians got Pete Davidson running around so like you doing, man, running around like a chicken with his head cut off. You should have never got with that woman in the first place. Never. What is he doing with that woman? That woman's still married, man. That woman was fighting to have a judge declare her single. Obviously, Pete had a problem with it. That didn't come from her. She ready to move on. Never spend the night at a woman's house, man, until you know her relationship status and possible ties to that relationship. Let me tell y'all 3 women to avoid, man. Don't ever put yourself in a situation like this with a woman like this. A woman who has a new baby, a 6-month-old, 1-year-old, 2-year-old baby. Even if her and the baby dad ain't together no more, don't deal with that woman. There are still some close enough ties there. It wasn't long before that, they were trying to be a family. Don't deal with a woman who got a man in prison. She's still going to see that fool. I'm not saying I'm not saying a woman ain't supposed to go see the man that's in prison. I'm saying if she going to see him, why you dealing with her? I'm not finna deal with no woman who taking long trips to go see a man in prison. Even if you're gonna deal with her when she meets you, that boy visits better stop. Better send his mama up there. Otherwise, you leave that situation alone. Another woman you shouldn't deal with. First time you with her, some dude blowing her phone up. And she over there frustrated. Or you hear her on the phone arguing back and forth with some dude, telling me that's her ex. If y'all still emotionally charged like that, emotionally tied like that, somebody don't view it as no ex situation. And that's what happened right here. Whether they were still together and it was a setup, or whether the dude just rolled up in there, man, and he was possessed like that. I'm gonna tell y'all, man, I was with a chick one time, man. It's been years ago, man. This been, man, probably about 7 years ago. I was with this chick, man, and I met a man. She was a manager at a store, man. I had a vending account at her store, man. And I used to go in there, man. You know, she was the manager. I was my own boss, man. We go in there, man. You know, we flirt around a little bit, blah, blah, blah. So one day I rode by there one day. I saw something they had in there. I rode by there one day when I got off, man. When I got done with my route, man, I went in there, man, and dipped in there super clean, shining. So I dipped up in there, man, and we had a little time to talk. You know what I'm saying? Because I'd be on the go when I was grinding, when I went in there, I'd be on the go, man, trying to wrap it up, man. I'd be trying to go fishing or go to the gym or whatever, man. But anyway, so we in there chopping it up, man. One thing led to another, man. So I think that was a Thursday. So she gave me her address, man, and I was gonna fall through that sad. So I fell through sad, man, and jump clean and fell through, man, and man, we kicked it all day, man. You know what I'm saying? Just I was kind of new in town, man, and I wasn't new in town, but I was just there on business. I was getting my money. So man, she took me around, man. We kicked it, man. I'm talking about, man, we was shit, man. She played the wifey role, man, for a few hours, man. So we got back to her crib, man. One thing led to another, man. Man, let me tell you something, boy. Man, off and on all night, man, swimming all night, man. I'm talking about, man, cannonball, nigga, backstroke, side stroke, breaststroke, deep stroke, long stroke, all the stroke. So I'm getting up in the morning, man. So I'm getting ready to bounce because I be starting. I be trying to get out there before the sun. I was trying to get out there before the sun came up. All of a sudden, man, about 4:30 in the morning, man, you hear. Then it turned into. Then it turned into a foot. I'm like, shout out, who is that? She's like, don't worry about it. Don't say nothing. So I'm like, don't say nothing. Like, what you mean? Who is that? Somebody banging on the door like that. What you owe that the police or something? And somebody say, I know you in there. I know you in there. Better open the door before I tie it down. So I'm up in there. I'm strapped. I'm like, man, listen. Anybody come through here, I don't care who it is. If you kick that door down and come up in here, man, I'm finna light you up. That's the bottom line. It don't matter who you is, what it is. She ain't giving me no information. So I'm like, I'm up now. I'm sitting in front of the door. I'm sitting in the living room, man. I'm sitting in a recliner, just sitting right in front of the door. I'm gonna come through that door, man. I'm finna light him up. And now I deal with the consequence later. I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. You understand what I'm saying? So I wouldn't even think. All I was thinking, man, I went into warrior mode. Okay, somebody finna get lit up. Somebody finna get lit up. But afterwards, man, she never did tell me who it was, man. But finally left, man, and so I went on dipped out. She was begging me not to go out because I finna go ahead and leave. You don't need keeping up all that noise, man. It's early, about 4 o'clock in the morning, man. Waking up people, man, all around, man. So I'm about to go ahead and leave because, like I said, if you want to get lit up, you can get lit up. But she begged me. She begged me. I'm talking about with tears in her eyes, not to go out the door, man. She begged me with tears in her eyes. And I don't know if she begged me not to light him up or she begged me because if he saw me in there, man, that it was gonna be trouble for her. But man, after that situation, man, I was like, man, you know what, bro? Man, I'm finna 100% take my time with you. You understand? Because that could have ended up, man, with that man lit up. Could have ended up with me lit up. You know what I'm saying? In this situation, you could either be trouble or you could be the other dude. And that's the crazy thing about, man, guys always out here, man, promoting, man, get this woman, get this woman, get this woman. Man, those days are gone. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even a safe zone out here, man, to be dealing with all these different women, man. You know what I'm saying? Too many opportunities with the simp saviors to put a man in a bad position out here, man. You know what I'm saying? So what you got to understand, man, a woman who's in an emotionally challenging situation, or if she's in an emotionally distraught mindset, man, or outlook, or if that's her current situation, her circumstance, she will use your energy to shield herself from her attachment to the wrong man. So a woman will have you come into a situation where she know this fool crazy. She know he crazy. You know what I'm saying? Somebody in her family that already had to deal with him. It don't stop him. He crazy. He going crazy over that woman, man. And so she'll put you in a situation where she'll just need a break. She'll just need somebody, man, that she can just love on. She'll need, man, listen. And some of the most amazing intimate experience you'll ever have, there's a woman that's going through it with another man. A woman that's going through it with another man, man. Man, I'm talking about, man, serve you like a king. Serve her like, man, she just want to taste her time. She just want to take her time and see what it feel like, man, to take her time and be intimate with a man. You know what I'm saying? Because the only physicality she been getting is the physicality from this food. So she wants some smooth physicality. She wants some pleasurable physicality. And some of the most amazing experience you ever had be with a woman like that, man, because she's so emotionally drained and she's so physically out of touch with what it means to be connected physically with a man, that she'll invite you into a situation, and not intentionally all the time. Sometimes, man, she'll be so emotionally distraught that, women have an ability to block out certain parts of their pain. You know what I'm saying? A woman can be going through some and block out certain parts of her pain. You know what I'm saying? My grandma, man, she married a fool, man. That boy was a fool. He was a nut. He was a nut. Everybody knew it. That boy was a fool. Most evil man I ever seen in my life, man. You know what I'm saying? He was a fool. But every time I saw her, man, she had a smile on her. You know what I'm saying? Even when I got old enough to realize what was really going on, man, she would always smile. It don't matter what happened. Always smile. And boy, that was some terrible things this guy did, man. I ain't gonna get into no detail right now. Maybe in a future book or something, I'll get into it. But man, I'm talking about wickedest man around, man. And that's why I never saw my grandma do never smile. Every time. Smile, sweet voice, sweet disposition. Man, she was going through hell the whole time. You know what I'm saying? End up driving her to having a stroke. Going through hell the whole time. So a woman will block out that part. She'll block out the part that this dude crazy, and she got to worry about him coming over there until he start beating on the damn door at 4 o'clock in the morning. Now she remembers, oh, no, don't go out. Don't go out. Please don't don't say nothing. Because I'm in the bed, I'm in the bedroom asking her, man, like, hey, who did knocking on the door? Like, shh, say nothing. I'm like, man, hold up. I'm strapped up, shot. And what I'm gonna be quiet for? Please don't say, I don't want to block. And I knew then the fear in her eye let me know, man, that no matter what I did to him, she had to worry about what he was gonna do to her. You see what I'm saying? And that's how If that door had opened, it was gonna put me in a situation, same situation Trouble was in. See what I'm saying? I was gonna have to light him up because he was upset. He was mad. He was coming in. He was at that door. He was ready to do something. So I don't know if he walked away because he heard me in there because I never did quiet down. You know what I'm saying? I ain't just go off, but I never did quiet down. So maybe he just figured it out. And I don't know what happened, man. You know what I'm saying? I like, for a minute, I ain't see her at her store no more, man. Where she was at, I don't know if she was hiding or if she took some time off or whatever, man. But by the time I saw her again, man, it had been enough time, man, for any physical damage, man, for her to be over it by that point, man. So, and not shortly after that, man, I end up giving up that account anyway. So I say this, man, to say, man, you got to understand that a woman can be sweet as peach pie to you, but she could be going through hell with the next man, and she'll allow you to come right into that situation. That's why I tell you, don't save her. She don't want to be saved. She don't want to be saved. She just want to have a reprieve from what she's dealing with that man. Because in a situation like that, more times than not, the woman don't want a new man. She want that man to get right. So whatever she feeling with you, that's just a reprieve from what she got to deal with at home. That's why I tell you, man, don't be no side dude. You know what I'm saying? What it sound like, man, they were almost a side dude situation where Trouble was a side dude, ended up getting caught jammed up in that man's crib. They jammed him up for breaking in and doing all that, man. But let's be honest, man. By the time man break in, man, she probably had changed the lock or took that man key out. That man might not, when it come out, that man might not even broken his crib, broken her crib. That man might have been breaking his own crib. Well, we don't know. But for whatever reason, that man thought it was his right to break in that crib right there, man, and get physical with everybody in there. He thought it was his right, man, to take that man out. And anytime you at a woman crib, you don't never know if that's gonna come to you. That's why you got to make sure. Here's what you do. If the woman, that's why when guys say if she don't answer your text or she texts you back the next day, then that means such and such. Do this to make her text you back, man. If she don't text you back till the next day, man. Leave that broad alone. She probably got a dude. We ain't trying to win no woman over who playing us like that. If a woman doing that, she probably got a dude. Either she live with him or he live with her, but she got a dude. Something going on. If she can only talk to you a certain time of day, man, she got a dude. If every time she playing something with you, man, she had to cancel, man, she probably got a dude. If every time she see you, it got to be something quick, man, she got a dude. And when it all boiled down to it, no matter what you think about the woman, if she with the dude got the rights to the woman. If something go down, man, what you think the woman gonna do? Even in the situation right here, we don't know what that woman gonna say. That woman might put trouble in the cross. We don't know. We don't know what she gonna say, and you don't know what the woman gonna say. See, what you got to understand, man, is our culture is so toxic that the effects of it rarely affect the woman who perpetuates it. Like it rarely affects the woman. One man take the other one out. He get life in prison. The woman go on with her life and have two more dudes. She got two new dudes before he even go to trial. Probably got two new dudes on the roster already. She just pull up. Before they even get trouble in the ground, the woman probably laid up with another dude. And then the crazy thing is, homie already had a girlfriend, man. His girlfriend, an attorney with her own practice. Come on, man. You got a girlfriend that's an attorney with her own practice, and you get jammed up with a scallywag? Man, stay away from these scallywags, homie. They don't mean you no good. They ain't gonna do you no good, man. They ain't gonna put you in no good position. You owe yourself better than that. I was on Fox Soul earlier today, man. I don't know when they're gonna run it, man. They probably run. They might be running it. They might have ran it already, man. But I was on Fox Soul today again, man. And the topic is whole culture ruining black society or the black community, however you want to put it. And I was like, yeah, man, thought culture is. So my outlook is this, man. You got to stay away from that. If one want to be a part of that culture, man, you stay away from it because it's so toxic that it rarely affects the woman who perpetuates it. But men always get jammed up. This woman ain't jammed up at all. What's she looking like? Well, I tell you, a woman gonna either be the victim or the victor. Right now, who's the victim? There's a man who is no longer alive, but the woman is still the victim. She's still the victim. Even if the narrative that Trouble trying to defend her from the dude coming in and fighting her, still, anybody who has to be defended is the what? The person you have to defend and protect is the what? So I'm telling you, this culture never affects the woman who perpetuates it. It's always the dudes who get jammed up. A woman will play two men by being deceptive about a recent breakup. And survivor mode will make her get whatever she needs from those men. Survivor mode does that. This other dude, man, who came in there and went out, man, he might still be paying bills at that place. You know how beta male Sim Johnny will pay a woman bills and they don't even live with her because they think it's gonna buy them some leeway. They're gonna buy them some inroads into being in a woman's life in a more significant manner. We know these things. We talk about these things all the time. But when you take a guy like Trouble, man, and if y'all know who Trouble is, man, y'all go listen to uh YFN and Lucha song, man. I think it's Every Day We Lit. Not ain't Every Day We Lit. I can't remember what the song is, man, but the Migos on it, man. Um, the Migos on the song, man, and Trouble is on there with him. Matter of fact, it gonna bother me if I don't do it, man. Let me check it out. It ain't Every Day I'm Lit. Every Day We Lit though. Key to the Streets. That's what it is. I got the key to the streets. So and the guy, man, he's pretty talented, man. So you check that song out, man, and he's he's on the verse rapping opposite Offset. I mean, now him and Takeoff going back and forth like Run DMC. So y'all check it out, man. And the guy was talented, man. He's been on with Drake, man. He's been on with Ye. He's been on with Metro Boom and some of these producers, man. And he ended up losing his life over a scallywag, man. I'm talking about a bottom of the barrel, bottom level scallywag who is dealing with a man that's so caught up on her, who's so caught up on her Jezebel spirit, on her energy that he will come in and lose his freedom over some that he didn't even have access to, don't even look like. When you got a high quality woman at home, man, avoid thoughts. Avoid thoughts when you got a high quality woman at home, man. It don't make sense. It don't make sense for a man to have a high quality woman at home and he in the strip club. It don't make sense for a man to have a high quality woman at home, man, and he can't stay off IG, man, liking these type pictures, man. At some point, as a man, you got to value something more than what stimulates your loins, man. You got to value something more than what stimulates your wood, man. This is all about a man who value what stimulated his wood. What stimulates your wood ain't always good, man, even if it feel good. See, when a woman is, you got to understand, when a woman is going through something with a man, even before the breakup, survivor mode makes her seek emotional healing and lonely feeling compensation. She wants compensation for her emotional healing and lonely feeling, and she'll get that however she can. It don't matter to her. You can meet a woman, man, who got a man who dealing with a man dealing with a terrible situation. That'll be the one man who'll be in the restaurant with you, man. Go get it in the bathroom with you. That'll be a one man who get it in the car with you. That'll be a woman who's open to get intimacy whenever she can because she's lacking intimacy. It's the same thing with a man. If you're in a situation with a woman and you ain't getting no femininity from her, then you're more likely to meet a woman and have a side chick and then fall in love with your side chick because whatever you ain't getting from home, you getting from her, and you're more likely to fall for that. Simp saviors are the grim reaper of thought culture, and they don't have any type of control over what they'll do based on their emotional responses to things that really don't concern me. Like who this woman is with didn't really concern me. If he had to kick the door in to get in, it didn't really concern him. But a woman has to tell you when she's dealing with a fool. If a woman is fleeing from a man, because even let's absolve her from any type of crooked dealings, okay? Let's absolve her from that and give an honest assessment of a situation that I've seen take place before. If a woman is with a fool and she's trying to flee him, he's gonna find her everywhere she goes. It becomes a real game of cat and mouse. But if a woman is fleeing that type of man, and she knows if he finds her, he gonna act a fool like this, she's supposed to tell you that. Not so for two reasons. So you can decide if you want to deal with it. And if you do want to deal with it, you can be prepared in the event that it takes place. Here's a situation where a man wasn't prepared. So it's possible that her and this guy weren't together anymore. It's possible. But here's what people don't understand. You're with somebody until they let you go. Anytime you're in a relationship, you're with somebody until they let you go. And that's what women don't understand. If a man is caught up on you, you're still in a relationship with that man. And he gonna make sure you know it. He gonna make sure you know it. Same thing happened with Benzino. This one of those Benzino type of situations. Althea trying to move on with some other dude, Benzino won't let her. He keeps showing up, showing out. Had to turn himself in to go to jail, man, because he won't let the woman go. The woman can't move on with her life because the simp savior believes that whatever it is, he can fix it. Even if he did the wrong, he'll fix it. Don't worry, I'll save you. But Benzino got lucky because here's the thing: the dude who was with Althea, he said he was legally carrying. He was strapped up and legally carrying. All it would have took is for Benzino to run up on him like this, and that dude would have lit him up. But then that dude got to prove that it was, some type of justifiable homicide and all that. Man, it just turns ugly when you don't know who you're dealing with. And how do you know who you're dealing with? You got to slow your roll, slide back, and stop acting so desperate over a woman. That's what you got to do. Look at this though. Kanye West just got too much to lose. Look how Kanye been acting a fool by Kim. You understand? This is the same situation. The only difference between Pete and these other guys is Pete knew that Kim was still married to Kanye, still did it. So it just goes to show you on every level, on that level with Kim K and Pete and Kanye, it'll happen on that level. It'll happen on level with Trouble. It'll happen on level with Althea, and I'm quite with Althea and Benzino, and I'm quite sure many of you know situations, man, where men have been dealing with women, man, who weren't through with their past relationship, and the man that they were with didn't want to let them go. I'm not finna deal with no woman who another man in love with. If that man in love with that woman, man, he feel like she belongs to him. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I ain't finna do, I ain't finna get into it with no man by no woman that belongs to him. I ain't finna do that. Ain't nothing she got worth that. Not for me. Now, if he want to keep fighting for her, that's him. But I ain't gonna do it. Because the reality to this scenario, man, is that as men, we have to understand that when you're in a situation like that, you're always going to be viewed as the aggressor. You see what I'm saying? Now, in this situation, I guarantee you they trying to find out who was the aggressor. Yeah, he broke in, but they still trying to find out who started the fight. How did the fight pop out? They still got to narrow those things down. But guess who ain't going to get in trouble? The woman. So you got a man in a grave, and you got a man about to be locked in a cage. And the woman still finna go on with her life. Why? Why? Because the toxic effects of the thought culture rarely affects the woman who perpetuates and instead destroys the lives of men. That's just how it is, man. I ain't making it up. Y'all know I ain't making it up. This is really how it is. So the reality of the scenario is no matter what you think or how you view this situation, Trouble should not have had himself at that crib laid up like that. You got to be more aware of what you're dealing with. How do you do that? You do that by taking your time and making sure you make correct moves. If you're going to have a woman like that, man, and you're going to lay up with her somewhere, you better go rent somewhere, man, to lay up with her. That way you ain't got to worry about nobody just come busting in. You know what I'm saying? You at the Ritz Carlton, ain't nobody finna just come up in the Ritz Carlton and bust in. It ain't finna happen. You at the W in penthouse suite, ain't nobody finna just bust in. That's the reality of it. When I'm out of town, if I do stay at a hotel, then I'm at a hotel, man, where you can't get upstairs, man, if you don't have a key card to swipe the damn key card to get on the elevator. Elevator don't work if you can't swipe it. And then if it's available, I'm trying to stay on the floor where the regular card won't swipe it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying everybody can afford that. With me, I'm going to the floor where everybody else got a card that don't go up to that floor. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to book far enough ahead of time where if I got that key, your key can't get you up there. And that's just because I want to lay my head in peace. Men got to move smarter out here. You got to move smarter because women are being deceptive and making it harder for you to really know who you're dealing with and what the circumstances of the interaction truly is. This could have been prevented if this man had not felt comfortable enough to go lay up in this woman's crib. Man, dog, I'm not finna go lay up in no woman's crib. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not finna do it. I got to be in the low to know the woman, man, about 10 years, man, before I lay up in her crib, to be honest with you. If I ain't known you 10 years, I ain't finna lay up in your crib. I ain't finna do it. I'm not gonna do it, man. I gotta know you at least 10 years. It used to be 5, but now I had to move it to 10, man. If I ain't known you for at least 10 years, because I ain't got to lay up in your crib. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's benefits. I could be going around to these cities. I used to go to a city, man. The cities that I like to frequent. That was a time, man, where I had a woman in every city that I'd like to go to. Now, I ain't saying I had a woman in every city in the United States, but there's about 4 or 5 cities, man, that I frequent all the time, and I had a woman in each one of them. So everywhere I went, man, I had a crib, clothes in the closet and everything. So that's another thing. You know what I'm saying? I got clothes in the closet and everything. And so, when I ain't there, I'm there. You know what I'm saying? And so I tell you men all the time, man, take your time. Stop acting like you got to rush into getting laid. You don't have to rush into getting laid. Now, you might want to rush into getting paid. You know what I'm saying? But don't rush into getting laid, homie. Too many opportunities in life to get laid. Too many opportunities. And that's real, man. And it's just a shame, man, that a man who, you know what I'm saying, man, was signed to a major label, man, had made some major moves with some major artists, man, were respected in the industry. Man, you too rich and too successful to go out like this. If you're a man if you're a car salesman who work at the Cadillac dealership, man, you're too successful still with this. Man, if you're a college student who ain't got no money, but you're a semester from graduation, man, you're too successful. If you're a man to get up every day in full health, man, you're too successful. If you're a man that just figured out what you want to do, man, you're too successful. If you're a barber apprentice, man, just getting started, you're too successful. If you're a man who just walked the stage, called the high school stage this year, man, you're too successful. If you're a man who just retired from the military, man, you're too successful. If you're a retired athlete, man, you just started a podcast, man, you're too successful. If you just bought your first camera and started your first YouTube channel, just record your first video, you're too successful. If you was overweight and you just got lean, man, you're too successful. If you just got your first apartment, you're too successful. If you just bought your first car in your name, you're too successful. All of these things represent levels of success. And when you achieve any level of success, you're too successful to put yourself in a situation to lose everything, man. You're too successful to put yourself in a situation to lose everything. If you got $5, you got $5. You lose it, you got nothing. If you got $5,000, you've got $5,000. You lose it, you got nothing. One thing happens to us all. No matter what you got, if you lose everything, you got nothing. And we got to stop playing games with our lives, acting like we can afford to lose everything. Too hard to get anything to take a chance on losing everything, man. Too hard. Stop letting yourself be led by your wood. Because that fool is always up to no good. Now that's a fool that lives his life based on feelings. I ain't talking about emotional feelings. I'm talking about physical feelings. When I say stay out of your feelings, I don't mean don't just let yourself be governed by your emotional feelings. I mean don't let yourself be governed by your physical feelings either. If you're gonna let your lust control you, might well be in love. Don't make no sense, man, for a man man, this man gone. It's 2 men. 2 for the price of 1. You understand? One man, the Sim Savior, man, he deserved to be down there. But the Sim Savior, man, he gone. His life is gone. But at least he's still alive. See, he lost his freedom. He lost his quality of life. He lost his freedom of life. He lost the direction of his life. Trouble lost all that. Over what? Over getting laid? Over getting laid. I ask y'all this. A man in a situation like this, and a man who goes out and pays a woman for fun and then goes home. We may look at that man as a simp and a trick, but right now, who has a better life? That man, Trouble, or the man who killed Trouble? Who has a better life? See what I'm saying? It's all about what you're willing to lose in pursuit of your own physical pleasure. You can lose a few dollars, you can lose a few years, or you can do like Trouble and end up losing your whole damn life over nothing. Over nothing. I see Markel say he was a Pook and Ray Ray type of guy. So am I. I'm just a refurbished model. I'm just a reformed Ray Ray. That's all. That don't. So if a man is a Ray Ray, that means he's supposed to die because he over a woman. Got a couple super chat, man. Let me knock them out right quick. All right, Hornet. Salute. Got Hornet up there. Taki Salam. Salute, brother. Salute, man. Good to see you in the joint. Appreciate the 5-bone major fact. Thank you for your wisdom. Salute. Appreciate it, man. It's a good dude right there. Supreme C, salute. Appreciate the dime. You can't trust these women. She would tell you it's over with dude in her mind, but that's him. But depending on how far gone he is, you're in danger. Proper discernment, fellas, when dealing with these women. Proper discernment, man. That's the thing. That's the main thing. Proper discernment, man. That's the thing we gotta have. Brown Hornet 1975. Appreciate the 5-bone. Man Hornet say Proverbs 6:34. The jealousy of the rage of a man, therefore he will not spare the day of vengeance. He will not, man. He will not. And here's the thing y'all got to understand. When we talk about these things, if a man and woman are living together in the eyes of God, that's husband and wife. They don't have to be legally married. If you and a woman are living together like husband and wife, y'all that's that man's wife. And so you can't be with that woman, no matter how tempting it is. And believe me, I've been tempted by a few. Day of the Jackal, appreciate the 5-bone super sticker. Emerald Amigo, appreciate the 5-bone. Women get unlimited mouth minutes until there's something you need to know. Yep. They can go on and on until there's some pertinent information to you. They withhold that. The Lion's Den, appreciate you, shout. Appreciate the $200 sponsorship for the show. Y'all go check shout out, man. She do some good things over there. Again, appreciate the sponsorship for the show. Shout, appreciate it. Famo, salute. I see you in here, man. Prodigal Son 75. Appreciate the 5-bone. After 66 days on semen retention, I now fully understand why you went so hard against Cole approaching broad. Apologies for being off topic. No doubt, bro. No doubt. No doubt, man. I mean, when you realize, man, the freedom of being in control of yourself, man, then it does something to you. Charles Beatty, man, appreciate you joining the Alpha family. Welcome to the Green Label Gang. Now, I'll say this, man, before we get out of here, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all in here too long. You know, I don't like to smash it up in here too long. I'm not saying that just because a woman has been in a relationship with a dude and the dude is acting a fool, that it's the woman's fault. I'm saying it's the woman's fault for not letting you know that she's in that type of situation. And that's why I tell you, men, ask women questions. I ask women questions about their last relationship. I don't ask them questions about how many men you've been with, how many times you did this, how many times you gave dome, how many times you stayed home, how many times you rolled bone. I don't ask them all them things. I ask them, how successful was your last relationship? When was your last relationship? Who ended your last relationship? You know what I'm saying? Ask her those type of questions. Don't judge her and let her talk. Before long, she'll get to telling you about the interaction. She'll begin to tell you if there was some domestic situations. Man, she'll get down to telling you, man, how many times she got sent to the clinic. Woman to tell you everything if you let her and don't judge her. And that early on in the situation, even if you are a judgmental idiot, you still don't know the woman well enough to be passing judgment on her. All you're doing right now is trying to see if she's worth your time. What you getting upset about it for? Let her talk. Let her tell you as much as she gonna tell you. And everything she say, you base your questions on that. I mean, listen, I'll meet a woman and have an hour-long conversation with her. But out of that hour, I'm probably only gonna talk about 10 minutes. The other 50 minutes gonna be her. And those 10 minutes gonna be broken down over that 50 minutes in 2-minute spells where I'm talking to her, trying to lead her into the next question to open her up, let her tell me things. Now, you know the one thing women tell me all the time, man, I feel like I've been knowing you forever. You're so easy to talk to. That's the number one thing you want a woman to tell you. I feel like I've been knowing you forever. You're so easy to talk to. Because then you know at that point, you know that woman is giving you true information about her life. For the most part. I won't say 100%, but for the most part, true enough where you can kind of pick out the bits and pieces that aren't true. So avoid these situations. Bro. Don't allow yourself to be in a situation where you have no idea what's going on. No idea what's going on. Don't do that to yourself because you owe yourself better than that. You need to know who you're dealing with, and you do that by taking your time, making the woman open up or allowing her to open up and tell you her story. Because I tell you like this, one thing for certain and two things for sure. You ain't gonna never meet a woman who ain't got no emotional scars from years ago, and sometime months ago. So I appreciate y'all being in the joint, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all in here too long, man. You know, we like to keep these things about an hour long or so, no longer than that, 45 minutes, something like that. I appreciate y'all being in the joint, man. Let's see, man. Los Angeles Rico, what's good, man? Appreciate the dime. God bless Dr. BOA. Quick question. What verse in the Bible does God say he allows us to have more than one woman, wife? Keep up the good work. You know, I need to do that topic, man. I need to do that topic. I think it's Deuteronomy 19. Don't quote me on that. Where he tells me if you have two wives and you find pleasure not in one, then you can't make the firstborn of the second wife the heir to your heritage. You can't do that. You have to you have to make sure that you treat the first wife like the first wife in all ways. So there are laws to govern if you have two wives. Now, it ain't never say, hey, you can have as many wives as you want to, but there are laws to govern if you have multiple wives. So I mean, there wouldn't be any laws to govern having multiple wives. If you're gonna have multiple wives, it'd be expressly don't have multiple wives, only have one. And by multiple, I don't mean multiply. You can't multiply wives to yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you don't need to. You know what I'm saying? But I'll tell you something, man. I got a I got a piece of content. I think I'm gonna do a piece of content on that. Men in other cultures laugh at men in America. I'm talking about some of the most patriarchal societies in the world laugh at men in America being stuck with one woman, being stuck with one woman. And men laugh, man. They view it, man. They say, man, you guys are crazy. You got one woman? You got one wife? Just one. The problem is y'all don't want one wife. Y'all don't want multiple wives. Y'all just want to run around and have multiple interactions with women, multiple intimate interaction with women. When I say have two wives, I'm talking about you got two wives, not a wife and a side chick. I'm talking about you got two wives. Two wives. Whether you got them in one household, you got two separate households. You got two wives, and everyone is aware of what's going on. Not having a woman and having a side chick. The side chick ain't no wife. And in this society, men have a hard time just telling women, hey, I want another wife. I want you and I want another wife too. What's the worst that could happen? Nothing. There ain't no worst. G Wilder 2. Appreciate the dime. Appreciate the dime. 100. Salute. Salute. Doc, any updates on your music drop? July 4th, man. Independence Day. Independence Day, man. We coming with it. Y'all made me mad. I'll drop 2. Yeah, but we Independence Day, we coming with it, man. Dog, you keep saying that, Ray Charles Smith, man. I'm telling you, man, your super chat is not on my screen, bro. Oh, there go one right there, man. My bad. Man, yo, I don't know, man. Your name must be dipping out of something. Charles Smith, appreciate the 5-bone. BOA, you skipped over my comment again. But the bottom line is, from Jap telling you about Big B's to BOA with Scatterwag. Listen, fellas, to these men. Yeah, man, I don't know, man. I don't know why your joints, I'll be skipping over your joints, man. Let me see if you got another one up here. I don't know why I be skipping your joints, man. I see now. I don't see the other one. Let me go up a bit more. Now coming down that screen, boy, I ain't see that boy the first time, man. I'm lying. I ain't lie to you. See, that's the only one I see, man. Yep. That's the only one I see, man. I did get that one, though. I don't know what happened to the other one. Man. July 4th, 2022. Independence Day, man. You know what I'm saying? But we do everything independent. And we don't need no major label. We don't need no major push. We don't need no major affiliation. We do everything independent. We do everything independent. Depend on the family, man, to support it. That's what we do. So, man, look, I appreciate y'all being in the joint, man. We're going to go ahead and get ready to slide out of here, man. Y'all put God first. Keep grinding and growing. And I don't know what you finna do. I don't know where you finna go. Tell me you just left the High Altitude show. Over here, Alpha's up, Beta's down is indeed the motto. Famo, salute. Peace. Seems like no matter what you do sometimes, your efforts go underappreciated or unappreciated, period. You know, all we do, man, is try to give men the information they need to become the best version of themselves. No hate. We love women. We don't hate them. We just don't take no foolishness. And we can't be controlled by our lust. Those men can, but not us. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Simps claiming that they pimps, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Suckers claiming to be players, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Tricks acting like they max, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Betas claiming to be alpha, but they not though. Now I'm not gonna tell you, man, that you shouldn't value your woman at all. A woman does have value, but you can't overvalue her and convince yourself that she brings more value to your life than you bring to hers. You know, just the protection and provision is more than a woman can ever make up for, man. So I'm not saying don't give her props for what she does, but damn sure never make her feel like she's more important to you than you are to her, because it's just a figment of your imagination. She knows the truth, so you have to understand the truth as well. This is called the abundance mindset. There's nothing she can give you that you can't give yourself, besides a baby. And do you really want one of those right now? Nope. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Simps claiming that they pimps, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Suckers claiming to be players, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Tricks acting like they max, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Betas claiming to be alpha, but they not though. See, the main thing that men let women slide with is shut-upness and obedience. Now, when you use the term obedience with a woman, she automatically relates that to being a slave. But slaves aren't obedient. Obedience is a choice. Slaves either do it or die. Shut-upness is another thing that women have a problem with. It doesn't mean you can't talk. It means that you can't talk when I'm talking. It means that when we're talking about things that I do as the man, you don't have an opinion on those things, because I make decisions based on facts, not opinions, not even my own opinions, and most certainly not yours. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Simps claiming that they pimps, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Suckers claiming to be players, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Tricks acting like they max, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Betas claiming to be alpha, but they not though.